Hello everyone. So today we're going to look at some solving equation stuff with some nasty negatives and how to deal with those nasty negatives. And I'm going to show you a couple different ways. The traditional way that I think a lot of you might get confused on, and then the way I would recommend doing it. So again, we're going to have 4 questions of notes and 4 questions on your own. So notes number 1, we have x minus 7 plus 4 equals 20. And we have number 2, x minus 8 plus 3 equals 13. Okay, so number 1, the traditional way, we're going to combine like terms. So I'm going to combine negative 7, okay, notice how I circled the minus sign with the 7, and positive 4. Okay, so x drops down. Now, negative 7 and positive 4 is the same thing as 7 minus 4, but your answer is negative because the 7 is bigger. So this is x minus 3 equals 20. And now, normal solving equation here. Add 3 to both sides, and x equals 23. If you're good at adding negatives, I mean, go for it. Go for way number 1. If you're not so good with adding negatives, you don't like negatives like I do, I hate negative numbers, we're going to try to eliminate as many negative numbers as we can. So for number 2, we're going to do this a little bit differently. We're going to look at our regular number terms because we have a regular number with 13 over here on the right, and we have 2 regular numbers with negative 8 and positive 3 over here on the left. So we're going to eliminate negative 8 and positive 3, but instead of combining them, we're going to add or subtract them over one at a time. I'm going to start with the negative because we want to get rid of negatives. So I'm going to start by adding 8 to both sides. I could have started with minusing 3, but I'm starting with adding 8 because that gets rid of that negative, and nobody likes negatives. So we have x plus 3 equals 21. And now again, it's something we can handle here. Subtract 3 from both sides. And x is 18. Okay, so both have about the same amount of work. Okay, it's not, one's not faster than the other. It depends on what you find easier. Personally, if you struggle with combining negatives, do way number 2. Okay, so when yours 4, 5, and 6 are, will be like 1 and 2. You can do it either way. You can do it, one way, one way, one the other way. You can do it both one way. It doesn't matter. Okay. Oh, make sure you go back, pause, copy that down. Okay, 2 more problems here. We got 10x minus 7 minus 3x plus 8 equals 15. And number 4, we got 2x minus 6 plus 3x plus 5 equals 14. Again, I'm going to do the traditional way on number 3. We're going to combine our like terms, x's with x's. So 10x with negative 3x. Notice how I circle the minus sign with the 3. That way I know to subtract. And negative 7 with positive 8. Okay, follow the color code. 10x minus 3x is 7x. And positive 8 minus 7 is positive 1. Equals 15. Okay, now we're into a regular 2-step equation here. We're going to minus 1 from both sides. We'll get 7x equals 14. And divide by 7, and x will be 2. Okay, number 4, we're going to do like what we did with number 2 here. We're going to start with our regular numbers. Now, this is where this can get confusing. Because 14 over here on the right is a regular number, I can only add and subtract over regular numbers to combine with 14. Okay, so I'm going to start with the -6 because that is a negative, and we don't like negatives. So we're going to add 6 to both sides. We'll get 2x plus 3x plus 5 drops down equals 14, and 6 is 20. Okay, I got one more regular number here, positive 5. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. Again, number terms with number terms, right? I can't combine x's over there with that 20. So we have 2x plus 3x equals 15. And now, this is regular combining like terms here. We have 5x equals 15. And we can divide by 5. And x will be 3. Okay. And you're saying, Mr., can't I add 6 and subtract 5 both at the same time? No. I'm going to say no, because that's when you're going to get really confused and you're going to make an arithmetic error. If you try to -5 and add 6 at the same time, don't do it. Okay? So we added 6 to both sides, then we -5 from both sides, then we got the x terms by themselves. You're going to have to combine those pretty much regardless, even if one is negative. You're going to end up having to combine those. So if that was like 2 minus 3, you still have to do some combining like terms there. And then we solved. Okay, but it's a little bit easier to see, less crowded. Do whichever way works for you. If you think the way for number 2 works if it's shorter, and number 3 works if it's longer, try it out. It doesn't matter which way you use. These are your 4 problems coming up. Again, pause this, make sure you copy it down. So we got number 5. We got x plus 3 minus 7 equals 10. Number 6, x minus 6 plus 4 equals 16. Number 7, 9x minus 6 minus 2x plus 9 equals 24. And number 8, 4x plus 3 minus 1x minus 5 equals 16. Okay, so those are your 4 to do. I don't care which method you use. Make sure you show your work.